Hi, I'm Max Spainhour.
And I'm Troy McCormick. Welcome to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. Indiana Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by Wind River Outfitters, Idaho's finest guide service. Voluforms, one of the Midwest's leading providers of print products and services. Maston's Deer Scents. Hillbilly Custom Game Calls. The Deer Age Tool app. Hunter's Safety System. And Fire Knock, the most advanced lighted knock.
Welcome to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. Today we are having a beautiful day. We're in Washington County, Indiana at the Hardin Brothers Farm. And we're going to do something that's a little crazy. Troy and I, we're pretty nervous. But we've got some experienced people and we got some amateurs like us. Today we're going to go turtling. So we're going to be crazy enough to stick our hand in a hole, feel around for a snapping turtle, hope we come out with the turtle and he doesn't go in with our finger. Today we've got some experience, man. We've got guys that have done this for years. First here is Bruce Bandy. He's going to be one of our head honchos, our trainers, talking to us. Jim Stilger and Mick Dowhoff. Now these three guys are the experience. These two got the most. They've been breaking Mickey in. And now all of a sudden you got the Bo Spainhour, Max Spainhour, and Mick Rutherford. And we are the, I guess we would be the infants.
Guinea pigs.
Yeah, guinea pigs would be a great thing, Troy. That's right. And then Troy, he's not going to be behind the camera all day today, guys. We're going to have him stick his hand in this hole too. And we're hopefully going to come out with some nice turtles. And then these guys, how fast can you skin one, Bruce?
About 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes they can get through. It takes me about an hour and 10 minutes. So these guys can go through it. I think I've seen some of you do it in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Not quite. No. About 10 minutes. About 10
minutes. See, I was going to build them up, but they say no. But I did see them go pretty quick one time. They got it down to an art. So today, we're going to get in the creek here. We're hoping, it's a little murky, but we're hoping we're going to get some turtles. What do you guys think?
We're going to catch some.
We're going to get some. Troy, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. First thing is, it's very cold. We got to get all the way down, Troy.
Now the term noodling is often associated with catfish, but it really can be applied to any hand fishing for all kinds of aquatic species, including crayfish, frogs, and snapping turtles. Now due to safety concerns for the fishermen and the sustainability of some species of fish, noodling is illegal in some states. Here in Indiana, it's illegal to noodle for catfish, but it is okay to noodle for snapping turtles.
Troy, we're going to learn the difference between a creek turtle and a pond turtle if we get one. Also, the water's up a little bit, and so it could force the turtle back in a little bit further. So us guys with short arms like you and I, it might be hard.
It might be able to reach them.
Now the basic idea is to reach up and under tree roots, rock ledges, underneath logs, anywhere you might think that a turtle will be hiding. Now snapping turtles are well known for their fierce disposition, and they will snap defensively at anything that threatens them, so you do have to be careful.
Two of you reach in, if there's one in there is when you get bit.
Good, I'm glad you're not reaching in. This way goes down. It's a long tunnel.
I gotta get him turned around. He's facing head out.
Woo, facing head out?
Yeah.
Head out, Troy.
So you're kind of like sticking your hand up toward his mouth.
Well, at first I did. Now I'm going around to the back to get a hold of his tail. There he comes. That's a nice little turtle. Nice turtle.
Nice one.
First turtle.
First turtle.
This is pretty much a creek turtle. Go ahead and stand there next to him. Wait till.
Well, you know more about this than I do, Bruce.
Get over there, Bruce.
Just stand over here so the microphone can pick you up better. This is pretty much a creek turtle. The shell is so clean, he's been in this creek a long time, rolling around the water. You catch one that just comes from a pond, or you catch it out of a pond, and usually have moss on its back. They're all kind of green covered. So he spent a lot of time in here.
And how much do you think he weighs, Bruce?
7, 8 pounds.
7, 8.
7, 8 pounds.
Just a real good frying pan.
Yeah. Thank you. There any more in there? Huh? You check?
That's what I'm dumping all the way down past you. Yeah. You're going down, I'll give you a hose.
Troy, tell me what you're doing there.
Doing a little underwater filming of a turtle that we've got spotted underneath of the rock. I think what I'm going to do now that I've got a little bit of footage of him in his little hidey hole, we're going to go in for him and bring him out.
Monster.
Now I'm guessing he's probably about 40, 50 pounds based on the... No, okay, maybe he's not that big. Let's see here, we got...
Hold that, Bo.
These little ones are the ones that bite.
Yeah, thanks, Bo.
Hold on.
The little ones are the ones that bite, he says. Okay. You got it wide out?
Got it wide out.
Okay. Now, down here, I can see his entire shell back here. He's not that big. He's about this size. And I've got a clear view of his tail. Now guys, what's the best way to grab him? Literally just grab the tail and pull him out?
By the tail, yeah.
By the tail. I don't want to grab the back leg because they can reach all the way around to snap at you there. Okay. Is he going to jump?
You better just dive in.
Look at there.
You know what they say, though? He'll still bite you.
He's trying to. Now, you know, the interesting thing about snapping turtles is they've literally, through evolution, they've outgrown the size of their shell. So like other turtles that can retract into their shells to hide, snapping turtles can't do that. So they've developed this reactionary snapping as a protection or defensive mechanism against predators. You can see the long snake-like neck that he has.
We'll let him go
Now,
to grow up, huh?
When the guys are reaching into these holes and they're trying to feel in the dark where they can't see, reach up in the hole, they're reaching they're reaching for the back of the shell here. You can see the jaggedness of that back of the shell versus the small back, the soft side of the back or the soft side of the edge here. He's keeping a real close eye on my right hand, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Well, guys, is this one that we put back?
Yeah,
This is one I think we'll wait for next year. Maybe he'll be a little bit bigger.
2 or 3 years from now.
Leave it for seed.
Let's do a little catch and release noodling for turtles, shall we? Let's stick him right back in this hole here. There he is, content as could be. And we'll go on and see if we can't find a little bit bigger ones. Stay tuned, we'll be back more with Indiana Outdoor Adventures in the creek for turtling. Looking for adventure? Moringa Cave has it all. Explore the underground wonders of Baringo Cave with our 2 easy walking tours, or go on an adventurous cave exploring trip with hard hats and lots of mud. Kids will love discovering gemstones at the Cave Springs mining flume. This U.S. National Natural Landmark has been open to the public since 1883 and provides breathtaking views of underground cave formations. Visit us online at moringocave.com and plan your visit today. After serving our country, serious injury shouldn't prevent our veterans from enjoying life. Paralyzed Veterans of America works with veterans to ensure that their health care and benefit needs are met, provides assistance with career needs, and offers challenging and rewarding activities. The Kentucky and Indiana chapter of PVA is proud to provide adaptive sports for members that includes hunting, fishing, trap and skeet shooting, bowling, and billiards. Visit us online to learn more about Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Hi, Jim Donlin here from Westside Bait and Tackle in downtown Indianapolis. We are one of the oldest and best stocked bait shops in Indiana. Since 1951, we've offered a large selection of live baits including minnows, night crawlers, bee moth, and more, all at a low, low price. We have a complete selection of name brand rods, reels, lures, and tackle. We also have a full-service rod and reel repair center, so stop on in and see us soon.
For more information, go to www.westsidebaitshop.com.
Lawrence County is an unexpected destination found in the heart of southern Indiana rolling hills, offering recreational landscapes, a rich limestone heritage, and unique outdoor experiences. This area is limestone country, well known for limestone quarries and stone carving heritage. It's also the home of Spring Mill State Park, geocaches, the scenic East Fork of the White River, and underground caverns. Plan your adventure at limestonecountry.com or call 800-798-0769.
Right straight back. You'll feel the top of the shell. Like I say, you feel around it. It's facing in. They feel
it's way in there.
But you feel the rough edges on the back.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell. The back end, because the front's real smooth, and the back, it has the jagged edges.
Shit, I'd have thought that was a rock.
Now, like I say, when you go down, you can dig around in the mud and you grab that tail, and you can.
Troy, you want this one?
Pull him right out.
I think you're already in position.
You're in position. Like I said, dig down that mud and get a good grip on that tail and just pull him straight on out.
Better get low, Mickey.
Looky there.
Nice, fella.
Well,
that's his first
whistle.
Yeah. So I say he was buried down there. You could just barely.
Well, yeah, he didn't move a bit. You could have tapped him on the shell.
He never moved?
No.
They take a nap. You're sleeping. You're resting.
Let me see if there's one more in there.
Nick, look at the camera and tell him that's your first.
There's my first one.
What'd you think about reaching up in that hole, though? Kind of drilling rust.
Yeah, makes you wonder, especially when he tells you there's one in there and you can't find him.
That's it.
Now, if he pulls another one out of that same hole.
Now, did you feel the jagged end of the back of the shell, or how'd you know?
This, weird. You feel the shell, and then you can feel these rough places, so I knew I wasn't digging down to find a head. Into the bag. Ha!
What makes you look under a specific root or something for a snapping turtle? What's the gut instinct that tells you there might be one there?
I guess it's just experience more than anything. Well, from doing it so many years, you can just kind of look at a place and it will register in your mind that it's got an awful good chance of being a turtle. And other times it's just luck.
Well, what kind of things do you look for?
Well,
like the tree roots or rock ledges?
yeah,
the
tree roots will grow out where the water, goes back up underneath of them.
Not completely
big
full.
rocks where you can see there's a place where a turtle can get back underneath of it. I've caught a lot of them where a creek will wash a bunch of leaves up into an eddy it'll stack them in there, like 6 inches deep, and just put your hands down and they're buried in the mud. I've caught many of them that way, many of them, and that's just instinct, knowing what to look for. That's really all I can tell you.
You've been after turtles for a while then?
Yes, I have.
What's the most you've ever caught in a day?
In a day, 2 of us caught 29 one day.
Now, how many did you catch last year?
I think it was up to 70-something.
70-something?
Yeah, well, 40-something this year so far. We got 17 one day last week, week before.
So you've caught 40-some here, and it's only mid-June. How long's turtling season last?
It stops pretty soon. The creeks start getting nasty. It gets water slows down, gets warm, and weeds get over into them, makes it harder to turtle them. But we enjoy it. You want to see a turtle?
You got one, huh?
Yes, sir.
How far back in is he?
There's my elbow.
He's back in a little ways.
He's coming out.
Oh, nice.
Hey, nice one. Look at there.
Nice creek turtle.
That's what we're looking for.
Yes, sir.
A common snapping turtle.
By golly, I'm not scrumping now, Rat.
Hold him up there. Let me see him just a little bit more again. Look at that wall. That's good right there. Now, how much do you think that one weighs?
8, 9 pounds.
Okay.
I think I'm not good on guessing.
That's okay. 8 to 10 probably.
Here's one to say this when you pick one up, just like this.
You do it, I ain't.
I don't know about that.
Ooh! He got me too, didn't he?
There we go. We've been out turtling in the creeks of southern Indiana, and we've had a pretty successful day. We've had a learning experience. We've bagged some turtles. We even let a small one go so it can get a little bigger for next time. I noticed you were down in there, hands and knees, crawling around. What'd you think about that?
Well, it's a rush that, I don't know. I don't know how to describe the rush. It was last night, I couldn't sleep. I wanted to, it was like Christmas when you were young. Then when you get in here and you start putting your hand up underneath the rock.
We'll put it too close.
No, you're like, I don't know. It's a rush that everybody ought to experience, but I don't think everybody will.
There's a little bit of that fear factor there because you know you're reaching into a hole that you can't see into for something that can bite back. But that's what makes turtling kind of interesting. Stay tuned and we'll be back with more Indiana Outdoor Adventures. The Old Goat Trading Post in Bloomingdale, Indiana offers not only traditional fur hides, hats, and mountain man-like apparel, but beautifully crafted spirit hides. Artistically sculpted from elk, moose, deer, and buffalo hides, they are the perfect wall hanging for your home or vacation cabin. The shaved hair sculpture and original painted scenes combine to create a natural canvas and work of art. Visit www.oldgoattrading.com for more information.
Here at White House Whitetails, after 20 years of growing trophy bucks, we have developed a product called Buck Bullets, a hybrid supplement.
Buck Bullets is not only designed to be an excellent attractant, but also a fully loaded supplement to improve antler growth and health of your deer herd. It can be used in your backyard wooded area or in your hunting area.
You too can add at least 10 to 20 inches of antler to bucks in your hunting area the first year with Buck Bullets fully loaded hybrid supplement. Cave Country Canoes, located in the heart of Indiana's Cave Country, offers a variety of canoe rental trips from half-day outings for beginners to 2-day adventures for the more experienced enthusiast. Our canoe trips follow the gently meandering Blue River through the wooded hills of southern Indiana. Abundant wildlife and great fishing opportunities abound. Go to cavecountrycanoes.com for more information about our canoe and kayak trips. Your next adventure is just a paddle away. Life Essentials in Brookston, Indiana provides the products you need to become more independent. Products like our Journeyman wheelchair provide all-terrain access for the hunter and all-around outdoorsman. Every year, thousands of people are born with or acquire disabilities. Whether your special needs are for residential, commercial, agricultural, or just enjoying the outdoors once again, we customize our lifts and mobility products to fit your needs. We're raising you to new heights. Call today and we'll work with you to take back your life. Welcome back to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. Joining us this morning is Nathan Strange, author of the book, A Guide to the Knobstone Trail. Welcome, Nathan, and really appreciate you coming out to talk to us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you've got this exciting new guidebook to the Knobstone Trail, or the KT as a lot of people like to call it. Mm-hmm. Tell us just a little bit about some of the general facts and figures. How long is it? Where does it start and finish? What's unique about the Knobstone Trail?
Okay. It's pretty unique in this area because it is a long distance trail. It's about 58 miles in length. It runs from Deem Lake to Delaney Creek Park. Okay. And it's pretty rugged around the middle, and it's what's unique about it in this area is it doesn't cross many roads, right. And it's just pretty much a rugged trail overall. Now,
I've hiked portions of the KT. I've never been adventuresome enough to go from beginning to end, or all the loops. Have you done the whole trail?
Yeah, I've done the trail 3 times actually.
I would hope so, since you've written the guidebook.
Yeah, I did. I hiked the trail every year. It took me about 3 years to write the book and edit it with IU Press. And every year while I was writing it, I tried to get out on the trail and do it once.
You know, I've got to ask the question. Why would a guy from Kentucky write a guidebook about a trail in Indiana?
Well, it's a pretty interesting question. I'm actually from Louisville, so some of the best hiking is actually in southern Indiana. Okay. There's not a lot of long-distance trails in Kentucky, and if you want to get a lot of short, long-distance trails, I guess, something within about 58 miles or something in length, you go to southern Indiana.
You know, there's in state parks, national parks, city parks, there's a big push for hardened trails, short loop trails, because everybody's in a hurry. Back in the 70s, though, there was a little bit of forethought given to, let's create a unique long trail.
Right.
Reading your book, I read about Jerry Padgett, the director of state parks, as I knew him when I worked for state parks. I had no idea that Jerry had kind of conceived the idea of this long hiking trail.
Right.
Tell me just a little bit about the history that you'll find in the book.
Okay. Well, it started out about 1978, 79 is when the idea started. Jerry Padgett kind of got the ball rolling with it, and he got another guy involved named Joe Payne. And together with a bunch of volunteers and over the course of several years, they pretty much etched out the trail and pretty much combined a bunch of existing trails that were in state parks around Indiana.
We had 2 large state forest areas, and here again I found out something I didn't realize. We're here in the Clark State Forest right now, which was the first state forest in Indiana back in 1903. So we really have to thank all those people who had the forethought to save some of this land. But this idea of connecting these 2 state forests, we had the Clark State Forest and the Jackson Washington State Forest, and we had to buy up land in between and then connected all these trails.
Right.
Now, you just don't go out with a bulldozer and bulldoze up and down trails in southern Indiana to make a trail.
Right.
How did they build this trail?
Well, from what I understand, they actually pretty much walked and flagged a majority of it. Back then they didn't have, especially in the early stages, they didn't have GPS or any of that. So they basically,
way back in the 1970s, right?
Yeah. They basically just used a map and yellow tape and pretty much just did a little section at a time, you know.
And a lot of it was, well, there was state employees obviously, but a lot of it was volunteer work, and it's still volunteers helping maintain the trail today.
Right.
Now we've got the Hoosier Hikers
Hoosier
Council.
Hoosier
Hikers Council is an organization in Indiana that's all volunteers and helps maintain trails, including the Knobstone Trail.
Right.
The trail, if you were to go walk it, where do you get a map? How do you know that you're on the trail? Tell me a little bit about the signposts and markers of the KT.
Okay, pretty much if you want a map, I believe you can go to most of the state parks and get them. I got mine here at Clark State Forest. Okay. Once you have a map, it's pretty well designed. It's got mile by mile markers. And as you're walking the trail, every mile there's actually a little fiberglass post with a mile number on it. So.
And I have to say, one of the things that I really liked about your guidebook was the fact that it's got very nice color topographic maps in it, showing the routes. It's got your narrative description. Not only do you find out about the history of the Knobstone Trail, but you talk about campsites, the lack of water. Bring your own water. In fact, if you go to the DNR's webpage, it's like, water is not available. Tell me a little bit about how you deal with water shortages.
Pretty much, you know, you think in that expansive length of trail, you might come across a little bit of water, and you do, but mostly in the summertime, you know, when people have more free time to hike, that's when a lot of the water is, you know, it's dried up. So what a lot of people do is they'll get a gallon of water and leave it by a trail or something so they can pick it up, you know, later on.
Now you're using a water filter.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
Anything you collect if there were a lake or a stream or anything.
Yeah, there are some pretty big ponds and lakes that you'll pass. So if you have a water filter, that's probably the best way to go.
Now, someone that's hiked the whole length of the trail 3 times, plus probably a lot of short trips, what are some of the more beautiful, exciting, unique rock outcrops or views and scenery? What's your favorite parts?
I'd say really once you get to about the middle of the trail is once you get to the highest elevation. You start really getting some really good scenery and some really good outcrops to kind of see. As you pass, there's all kinds of unique characteristics of the trail, like some old rock carvings from like the 1900s. You'll see, of course, a lot of plant and wildlife while you're out on the trail.
Which you talk about in your book a little bit. You've got some
Right.
nice pictures of different plants and animal species.
Right.
And okay.
Yeah, everything in the book I've tried to, everything I experienced while hiking the trail I tried to include in the book.
What actually prompted you to write a book?
You know, it's actually completely by accident.
Okay.
I was really intrigued with long distance trails in this area and couldn't really find much information on the KT in general. There's a few websites that had some pretty good information, but couldn't find anything that combined everything like my book does.
Okay.
So as I gathered information for my own use, it kind of just I happened to get enough information to write a book, and the ball rolled, and IU Press decided to publish it.
Great, great. Well, I'm glad they did, because it does make a nice guide to have if you're going to go hike the trail. Like I said, to learn from the history to the ecology to camping and water situation. What is the camping like on a long distance trail like that?
It's a little rugged, actually. Once you get out away from the main areas, especially anywhere where it's not near any farms or anything, the trail gets pretty rugged, and you kind of are camping on the side of hills and stuff like that. You know, you just kind of have to, there's no designated camping, so it's all completely rugged. So you have to find just kind of a little area that seems clear enough to put a tent up.
And if you're from northern Indiana, be prepared for steep elevations.
Right, right.
We have, what do they call it? It's a dramatic change in elevation, I think is what I saw on the web page.
Right.
And I know you refer to it in the book.
Right.
We do have a few hills here in southern Indiana.
Right.
That's right. Well, let me ask you this. How long does it take to hike from start to finish?
I would allow 4 to 5 days. If you're not in a hurry, you'll enjoy it a whole lot more. The first time I hiked it, I did it in 3, but I had to do about 20 miles a day. So that's a lot of miles. You're not really going to enjoy yourself as much as if you can kind of pull 4 or 5 days out. So.
Well, let's see. The average person walks at a rate of what, about 2 miles an hour?
Right. Right.
But when you're going up like this, that slows you down.
Slows you down a lot once you hit those big hills in the middle.
And you know, I kind of like to hope that anybody doing the trail is not going to be in a mad dash to rush right through.
Right. Right. You get some people out there that are kind of, you know, ambitious, and they want to see how fast they can do it. But,
speed hikers.
Yeah.
I would like to think that with all the scenery, the views, and everything, that they take a little more time to enjoy themselves.
That's kind of what got me back on the trail. I did it the first time so quickly, and I just felt like I needed to get back on there and actually enjoy the scenery a lot more.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, Nathan, if somebody wanted to pick up a copy of your book, how could they buy one?
You can buy one through IU Press directly. You can go to Amazon, or there's a lot of booksellers online.
Okay.
And I believe some of the local bookstores have it.
Great. Well, we really appreciate the time, and hope you take a chance to come down to southern Indiana, or if you're in southern Indiana, take some time to get out and hike at least a portion of the Knobstone Trail. That's it for today. Join us again next week, right here on Indiana Outdoor Adventures. Oh.